Plaintiff Tatiana Wheeler says she and the defendant became friends over their love of Beyoncé, and they decided to go to Miami to see the On the Run tour. Tatiana claims after she reimbursed the defendant for the concert ticket, the defendant kept changing their plans, and Tatiana could no longer afford to go, so she wants her money back. Defendant Allison Burr says she knew nothing about Tatiana being a Beyoncé fan until she bought tickets to the concert. Allison claims she was trying to be nice by purchasing Tatiana the concert ticket and even offered to pay for their hotel room. But since she's the one who decided not to go, Allison shouldn't have to reimburse her.
Start with you.
Allison and I met our freshman year of high school. By our senior year of high school, we were inseparable. Although she moved away to college, we still remained in contact. Whenever she come and visit, we go shopping, to the movies, out to eat, whatever. And what we had in common was our love for Beyoncé.
That's the only thing you all had in common.
That was the biggest thing. We're night and day. We are night and day, but we had that common love for Beyoncé. The fans are called the Beehive. And I've been a fan of Beyoncé since she was in Destiny's Child, so way back.
Me too. So is that the only thing we have in common?
See, so far.
All right. Ma'am, let me hear from you.
Well, as she said, we were friends in high school. She was one of those people who a lot of people didn't really mess with, but I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and so.
Because you all liked Beyonce.
It was not about Beyonce because
that's what she said.
I want to say that I never knew anything about her being a Beehive fan until it was time to go to concert. I love, people get mad at me because I talk about Beyonce so much. I tweet about her, I defend her. My grandma's like,
so
she's the devil.
I.
Right, and she's noteworthy. My grandma's like, she's the devil. I'm like, no, she's not. Okay.
She's Illuminati.
My grandma said the same thing. Okay.
That's the craziest stuff I ever heard.
Okay.
Because she's super successful, they associate her with this secret underground society that only the super rich and super successful are allowed to come in, and that is the reason they're so successful, because the Illuminati, their secret society, has given them all this success. You're diminishing her own capabilities. She don't need Illuminati. It's Beyonce. Go ahead.
Okay, so fast forward, after high school, we graduate. I moved to Tallahassee. I go to FAMU. And so we're 4 hours apart. So at this point, we're not as close as we used to be, but when I come home, I still spend time with her. We go shopping.
She's Illuminati.
My grandma said the same thing. Okay.
That's the craziest stuff I ever heard.
Okay.
Because she's super successful, they associate her with this secret society. You're diminishing her own capabilities. She don't need Illuminati. Beyonce.
Plaintiff Tatiana Wheeler says after she paid to go to Miami with the defendant for the Jay-Z Beyoncé concert, the defendant kept changing their plans, and she was forced to back out.
What else you want to tell me?
So when Beyoncé released the information that her and Jay-Z were going to do the On the Run tour, there was no doubt in our minds that we were going to be in attendance. We all agreed to buy our tickets at the end of May, but despite that agreement, Allison texted me on April the 30th.
I was going to go to the Rose Bowl, Pasadena, the big stadium concert.
Right.
Yeah, had gotten the tickets and everything, and my son took them.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened.
He said you can watch them on HBO. They're coming on HBO.
Same thing happened to me.
Go ahead.
So we all agreed to buy our tickets at the end of May, but Allison texted me on April 30th telling me that they were purchasing the tickets that night. I texted back and I told her, hey, I'm at work and I don't have the money for it. Is there a way that I could wire you the money? She told me that was fine. She went ahead and purchased the tickets. They came out to $246. I had to repay her $123. And as I promised on my payday the next week, on a Wednesday, I wired her the money via Western Union, and I have the slip here. And I gave her the confirmation number. A week went by and I didn't hear anything else about it. And I'm freaking out because Miami is an expensive city. And with Beyoncé and Jay-Z coming into town for the tour, I knew that the hotels would up the rate. I'm a part-time worker and I'm being raised by a single parent, so I needed to know how much money I needed to have for the trip. I texted Allison on May the 18th, hey, what are we going to do about the living arrangements? She texted me back and told me that she wasn't sure yet. We would either split the cost of a hotel or we would stay at her roommate's aunt's house, who had a house in Miami. I told her, okay, cool, just let me know. Another week went by. She hadn't confirmed what we were going to do, so I texted her again. Hey, what are we going to do about the living arrangements? She confirmed that we would stay at her roommate's aunt's house, and then I texted her back, is it going to be okay that all 4 of us stay there? She told me yes. So I didn't save any money for a hotel room, but a week and a half before the concert, Allison and her roommate sent me screenshots of hotel rooms and the hotel ratings that I would have to pay via Facebook. And I responded and I told them, hey, let me think about it, see if I can make something happen. The next morning, I texted Allison and I told her, hey, I don't see it happening, me coming up with the money for the hotel. I wish I would have known a bit earlier. She told me that it would be fine, that we would stay at her roommate's aunt's house. And that same week, she sent me an itinerary on June 14th. And you should see it, Your Honor. It's ridiculous.
Girl.
I wasn't asked anything to do. They basically planned my week off for me.
Stipulated that you could say what you wanted to do on the last page, though. Don't forget that.
You're leaving Tallahassee. That's where you live, Tallahassee?
No, sir. I stay in Riverview.
Okay, you're showing me. Okay, so it says, I need the one that refers to your itinerary. This talks about somebody leaving Tallahassee.
Yes, sir. That's for her roommate. But on down, she's telling me.
Show me the part that's yours. Outline the part that you want me to see regarding you.
Yes, sir.
You were doing all right for a minute. Even Doyle was saying she's good. She needs to be a lawyer.
I have it.
So you'll throw the jury off now.
I have it
the
there.
Jury would be, and then once you mess up your evidence, there'd be. All right. Thursday, June 26th, breakfast, jet skiing.
I wasn't asked about
in
that.
Pompano.
I wasn't asked
Rich
about that.
part of town. Stars in the pride to keep in mind, all type of stuff. Dinner. Party, bees. Dinner on South Beach.
Yes.
All right. Y'all doing it.
Do you see where I highlighted at the bottom?
If you all have anything specific you would like to do, just let us know and we will add it to the schedule. All in all, this trip is estimated at roughly $200. That ain't bad for all this.
Thank you.
It may look like a big number, but it will be enough to ensure that we have a great time. But did this include this $200, the hotel and the tickets?
No,
obviously
sir.
Not. All right, so this $200 is just for partying.
And I wasn't asked about anything, and I worked for my money. And I told her, I work for my money.
So what did you say when you received this?
I didn't respond to it.
Why?
I was baffled.
How long did you stay baffled?
The whole week, she never responded to it.
Let me see, for about 2 days.
2 days, so on the third day, why didn't you respond?
I did respond. She texted me and asked me, did I receive the itinerary? I said yes.
Did you agree to all these things?
No, sir.
Okay, so when did you tell her you would not do all these things?
Yes, sir. 2 days later, I texted her.
Highlight it.
Okay.
Plaintiff Tatiana Wheeler says after she paid to go to Miami with the defendant for the Jay-Z Beyoncé concert, the defendant kept changing their plans, and she was forced to back out.
Ma'am, let me hear from you.
So Beyonce posts that she and Jay-Z are doing the On the Run tour, and I screenshot the post and I put it on Instagram. I'm like, oh my gosh, Beyonce's coming to Miami. It's the closest she ever been to me. I gotta go. I didn't care if she went or not. I wanted to go see Beyonce. So she commented on my Instagram post and she's like, oh my gosh, we have to go. I'm like, yes, girl, we can go. So as she said, we decided to buy our tickets. I don't know where she got the end of May from. I never said anything about buying tickets on the end of May that I recall. So it was May 2nd and I had got my refund check for the summer, and the other girls who were going on the trip were were able to pay for it that day too. And we all wanted to sit together. So instead of having her sit somewhere that was not next to us, I said, well, I'll pay for your ticket on my debit card and you can wire me the money when you get paid. She wired me the money. And a couple of weeks went by. We made the itinerary because we didn't want to be in Miami just wandering around. It was up for debate. As I said, she could have added if she wanted to do something else. So we made it just to have a guideline to go by. And she sent me a text and was upset and was like, I don't appreciate the fact that you guys are doing things without asking me and y'all making all these plans and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, nobody's really making plans. We're just, having guidelines. So ultimately, bottom line is she paid for something and made a decision that she didn't want to go. And so I sent her the ticket.
She paid for the tickets, and
Absolutely.
then you did what with them?
I sent the ticket to her.
Okay.
I sent the ticket to her because
Before
she said
the concert?
Yes, sir.
How many days before the concert?
Well, she told the concert was on Wednesday, June 25th. That week before, on that Tuesday, is when the day that she said she didn't want to go. So I sent the ticket to her that following Wednesday.
No, sir.
That following Thursday or something like that.
No, sir.
What did she say she couldn't do with regard to money?
Oh, she said she couldn't pay for the hotel room. But my roommate and I had called her and the other person that was going on the trip, and we said, don't worry about the hotel. We will pay for the hotel out of our pockets. So that was never anything that they had to pay for.
That was the only money issue she
Yes,
mentioned?
other than she kept saying she was broke, but she didn't say specifically what she couldn't pay for.
Okay.
I never said I was broke.
Okay. Well, what is it you told her you couldn't pay for?
What I'm trying to get at is that everything was thrown together. Last minute payments, last minute plans. That was the problem with me. That $200 for that trip, because quite
You
frankly.
didn't have to go to a party?
No.
You could stay and not go.
But I had the text messages, sir, where she said, if I'm not going to do all of that, then why go? She would reimburse me, her and Ticketmaster.
Okay, let's see.
It's up there with you.
Show me where it says they'll reimburse you for your tickets. Did you tell her you'd reimburse her?
I told her that I would make an
right.
effort to sell her ticket on Ticketmaster if she decided that
Ma'am, that's two different things. She said she told you she would make an effort to sell it on Ticketmaster.
There's the text message there, sir.
Make no mistake, that is my debit card. If it's such an issue, let us know and we will reimburse you. You didn't say make an effort. You said let us know
told her that.
and we will reimburse you. Read it. Hand it to her.
I told her on the phone because after that
I
conversation.
know on the phone, I'm reading.
Okay.
Have a good day. $387 is your judgment. Goodbye.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, if you are broke in the future, decide not to go anywhere.
To the left, to the left.
Girl, Beyonce don't even okay. You're very replaceable, remember that.
You run me my money, ma'am. Thank you. When a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Never give a person.
Oh, did I show you something? Did I show you something before then?
Yes, you have.
Please be.
Yes,
What did I show
ma'am.
you?
That's why we're done.
Please be frank. What did I show you?
I won $387.
People are not as intelligent as you would hope for them to be, and you can't deal with ignorant people. That's all I have to say.
Ignorant people lie. Then you get caught in the lie.